This project sucks.
I know.
Seriously.
I mean, we have so much other stuff to do.
So many things.
Like this term paper. How does Mrs. Otto expect us to do all of this?
Did we even learn about Korea, like, at all?
I don't recall.
I don't know. Okay, well, let's just think about what we're gonna do.
I mean,
What do we have so far?
Nada.
Okay, well, do we have any ideas?
We could try, like, puppets.
Acting out with puppets? I don't think so.
Okay.
Wasn't your grandpa in the Korean War?
Oh, you're right. Do you think
Yeah.
we should ask him?
Alright.
Sounds good.
All right. Grandpa? Grandpa? Grandpa! Come here! You were in the Korean War, right?
What, you studying the Korean War?
Yeah.
Oh.
Wait, well, you were in it, right?
Of course.
I have some questions. I mean, like, we're doing
I
this
was about 23 when you met your mother, Gertrude, your grandmother. So that was about 1950, and the Korean War was just starting up. What, Gertrude?
Have you found my ointment? Oh, hello.
You're embarrassing everybody, Gertrude.
What's this over here? What's that? Oh, I see my look. There's me.
Gertrude, stop that.
What is
That's
it?
the kid's writing tablet.
Hi, Grandma Lola.
What you writing about?
Well, they're writing about the Korea War.
Wow, help me over here.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, you're not going to let an old man sit, what are you?
The Korean War.
Rascal.
Oh, I remember the good old days.
Anyway, I was telling them about the big fights with the guns and the whole, all my hip. Oh, Moses.
Well, have you told them about the history yet?
Well, who cares about the history? I want the facts, yeah?
Well, you see, before Korea was under Japanese imperial rule, they were one of the first countries in East Asia to develop a sufficient use of their electricity. They had streetcars, street lamps, and electricity for houses. So basically, they were a pretty industrialized and advanced country. When Japan took them over, they were used, along with Taiwan, to supply manufactured goods and rice to Japanese during World War II. Many people, especially farmers, were oppressed and taken advantage of. Japan, essentially, ruined Korea's economy. This, for the most part, all ended with Japan's surrender in 1945. Japan surrendered to the Soviets in the northern part and to the US in the southern part. By 1949, both the United States and the Soviets had withdrawn their troops, and the Soviets believed that the US wouldn't fight for South Korea. Thinking the South was vulnerable, they gave North Korea tanks, airplanes, and money to take over South Korea.
General Yoshijiro Umetsu of the Imperial General Staff signs for the Japanese Army. The surrender documents, by which Japan agrees to lay down arms completely and to obey all Allied orders issued by General MacArthur, were printed by the Army on rare parchment found in a basement in ravaged Manila. General MacArthur signs as Supreme Allied Commander. The first pen used is presented to General Wainwright of Corregidor. The second pen to British General Percival, commander at the surrender of Singapore. MacArthur uses 6 pens in all.
Now this is where it gets good. Well, after all this hullabaloo with communism, President Truman was scared silly about communism. Since the communist Soviets were all up in North Korea, he knew they were going to force their beliefs on him. So, he resolved to help the South Koreans fight. I believe it was on June 25th, when the North finally invaded the South. Luckily, not many of our men died. There were, however, many other casualties, and I will never forget the first battle I fought in. It was the Battle of Osan. Korea won, and it was a sad day for my people.
So, we lost?
Well, here you go. This you see. Do I talk to your tablet?
Sure.
Well, you see, once America really got into it, we started beating them, and this scared Korea's neighbor, China. So, they sent troops to North Korea. Now South Korea had all this stuff working against them. You got that?
That's
Yeah,
pretty cool,
I
Grandma
think so.
Lola. Like,
Thank you.
what did they use to fight?
Well, first, the whole thing centered around the tanks. To put it bluntly, it was all about who could make the best war supplies the fastest, and it was wild. First, the Soviets really owned the Americans with their giant tanks. But soon, America caught up. And it wasn't just the tanks either now. Don't get me wrong, that was important. But what was really important was the airplanes. Because the terrain in Korea was awful hard to fight on, even in those big old
So you're
tanks.
saying they didn't use guns?
Well, of course they did, you nincompoop!
Oh.
But they also used tanks. And a whole lot of planes.
Well, then what happened?
Well, here's a really silly part. After 5 years of your grandfather fighting and me home all alone with your uncle and father, they signed an agreement setting the boundaries exactly where they had been to begin.
5 million men died. For what? For nothing, I tell ya!
Well, that's a darn shame.
Thanks, Grandma and Grandpa Lola. We have so much to work with now.
Wait. We still need to learn about the aftermath of the Korean War.
Oh! Well, that's easy! You see, Korea remained divided. In North Korea, Communist Kim Il-sung established collective farms and built up the military and industry. The South became a free republic and the boundaries were only reinforced between the two halves. Both the North and the South were left in ruins and had over 4 million casualties, 2/3 of which were civilians. Even today, you can still see the effects. Korea still lives in poverty, and all that's really keeping them from blowing each other to pieces is a ceasefire agreement. That's not all. It affected the rest of us too. If we're speaking short term, you see that both the Japanese and the American economy was boosted because Korea had been buying so much from them. Initially, the war also created a strong bond between the US and South Korea. Except now there's some tension between them. But we won't get into that. It had a long-term fix too. The war made the nations realize that the UN was a good idea. And it also helped the Americans show their dedication to stopping the spread of communism.
Wow, thanks. This really seems like an A+ project. But wait, where'd Ysabel go?
Oh, she went home!
But she lives here.
You guys, I think I feel something nibbling on my toe.
Hey, wake up. Gunshots in the city, hustlers on the corner gon' get more busy. Gunshots, young stunner got caught up. Clock big numbers, too bad, got slaughtered. Stunt now, you gon' pay later. Big booty girl, that's a black man savior. Serving, hit the block and we pervin'. Roll real slow in the cut like a surgeon. Turf chick, smurfette, give you work quick. Get caught slippin', get sick, is it worth it? Hell nah, but the jaw feel timeless. Got a good girl in my eye, she the flyest. Can't sleep, streets stay heated. Ghetto kinda soul, I know you see it. Post it, when my cousin's getting toasted. Got a big beat so fat you can smoke it, smoke it, smoke it.
Don't lose, don't lose, don't lose your head, 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 don't lose your head.
Lil' homie, what you gon' do with your life? You wanna hustle, but you ain't doing it right. Thug to the end, just don't know why. Even if you're wrong, you know I'm gon' ride in the streets.